One way of getting better at English language is by learning from common mistakes. In this video, we are going to talk about 5 common mistakes students usually make when they are speaking or writing in English. Number 1. Look at this sentence. Look, it rains. Look, it rains. It's like you open the window and then you see the rain and you tell your friend that, hey, look, it rains. Is it correct? No, this is a common mistake. But why is it not correct? This sentence is a simple present sentence, right? It has a subject, it, and it has a verb, rains. It rains. This is how you make a simple present, subject plus verb. We use simple present for general situations, for something that generally happens or is generally true, like I am a teacher. I teach English. This is a simple present. This is what I did yesterday. This is what I am doing now. This is what I will do in the future. So we use simple present for general things. But in this case, you open the window and you see that something is happening right now. It's not in the past, it's not in the future, it's not going to continue in the future, or probably not. It is happening right now. When something is happening right now, you use present continuous. So instead of saying, look, it rains, you say, look, it's raining. Look, it's raining. We use present continuous. Present continuous is a tense that we use when we want to talk about something that is happening around now or exactly now. Look, it is raining. Subject plus to be verb, am is are, plus verb in the ing form. Look, it is raining now. Or here's another example. You know that water generally boils at 100 degrees Celsius, right? It's a fact. So water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Hey Jack, water is boiling. Shall I make some tea? Did you get the example? Water is boiling. Shall I make some tea? The water generally boils at 100 degrees Celsius. But right now, the water is boiling and I want to make some tea. The second common mistake is again with present simple or present continuous. Look at this sentence. It is often raining here. It is often raining here. Is it correct? What's wrong with this sentence? It's often raining here. Well, in this sentence we have present continuous, right? It as the subject, is as the to be verb, and raining is the verb with the ing form. Plus, we have an adverb of frequency, often. Now, what is an adverb of frequency? An adverb of frequency shows how often something happens. The adverbs of frequency are always, when something happens all the time, usually and often, when something happens 80% of the time, sometimes when something happens around 50% of the time, seldom, hardly ever, rarely, when something happens less than 50%, and never, when something never happens, 0% chance. These are the adverbs of frequency. And we use adverbs of frequency when we want to say how often something happens. Now, in this example, it is often raining here. We have an adverb of frequency. Now, when you say often, it means 80% of the time, right? It means generally. And remember, as I said before, when you are speaking about something in general and not right now, we use simple present. So instead of saying, it is often raining here, what should I say? I should use present simple. And how do you make present simple? Subject plus verb. It rains here. Now, I need to use my adverb of frequency, often. where should I put it? I put it directly before the main verb. It often rains here. It often rains here. This is a correct sentence. It is often raining here. No. So, tip number 2. Adverbs of frequency usually go with simple present. The third common mistake is again with simple present and present continuous. You know, simple present is like a very simple tense. Also present continuous. When you are studying the grammar, you think that, okay, it's simple present. I play tennis. He listens to music. They don't sleep every day.
Oh, what a stupid
example. But when you want to use simple present in speaking, sometimes it becomes very confusing. You don't know where to use simple present or whether I should use simple present or present continuous. All right, let's get to the third common mistake. Look at this sentence. I am not believing him. He told me something. Imagine that a friend of mine is here sitting in front of me and is talking to me. And then he tells me that in China there are no buses. And then, because it is right now, I should use present continuous, and I tell my other friend that I'm not believing him. I am not believing him. When? Right now. Is this sentence correct? Well, it is right now, so we should use present continuous. I am not believing him. It sounds logical, but there is something wrong. What's wrong? Well, we use ing with the verbs which are called action verbs. Now, what is an action verb? An action verb is a verb that includes a sort of physical action or a sort of action that you need to spend energy on, right? That is an action verb. Like walking. You need to spend some energy walking, right? Or like talking, or like sleeping, or sitting, or standing. These are all physical actions. And these verbs are called action verbs because you actually do something. But some verbs are called stative verbs. The verbs that are describing something. The verbs that include no action. For example, believe. Well, I believe in God. I believe in God. Am I doing anything? No. Am I doing anything physical? No. I'm not doing anything. It's just a state. Believe is a stative verb. Or another example, like. For example, I like chocolate, right? It's generally true. I like chocolate. Am I doing something? No. I'm not eating it. Eat is an action verb because I do something, but like is here. I'm not doing anything.
I like it.
So believe is a stative verb, and stative verbs in English language do not take ing. Therefore, I cannot say I am believing him or I'm not believing him. Then what should I do? Even though it is right now, because believe is a stative verb, I do not use present continuous. I go with present simple. I believe him or I don't believe him. So, you were telling me that in China there are no buses? I don't believe you. I don't believe him. I shouldn't say I'm not believing him. I say I don't believe him. Or here's another example. Imagine I bought this book today and now I'm reading it. I am reading the book because it's happening right now. Should I say I like this book or should I say I am liking this book? Well, it is right now, so I should use present continuous. I am liking this book. But no, like is not an action verb. It's a stative verb. I like this book. I'm not doing anything. I just like it. I'm reading it, yes, because read is an action verb, but I like this book. It's a stative verb, so I use present simple. I cannot say I am liking it. I say I like it. Very good book. Common mistake number 4. When I was 20, I was smoking. When I was 20, I was smoking. What's wrong with this sentence? Well, right now I'm 27 years old. At the age of 20, I was smoking? Well, it was a habit, right? Well, I was addicted to smoking. So every day I would smoke. Is it correct if I say, when I was 20, I was smoking? Well, no. Why not? Because we use past continuous, subject was, were, plus verb in ing form. I was watching TV. I was smoking. I was walking. To talk about a specific time in the past and to say that something happened at that time for a period of time. Like yesterday, between 2 and 4 p.m., I was studying. For 2 hours yesterday, I was studying. But at the age of 20, I was smoking. Was it like for 2 hours? Was it like for 1 hour? No. It was something which could happen regularly. It was one of my habits. When something happens for one time, in a period of time, we can say, I was playing tennis yesterday. I couldn't answer your phone because I was sleeping, right? But if the action was repetitive, it means it used to happen a lot with high frequency. We cannot use past continuous. We use simple past. So I should say, when I was 20, I smoked. When I was 20, I smoked. So here's the tip. Don't use past continuous for repeated actions. For repeated actions in the past, use simple past. When I was 20, I smoked. As a child, my brother played tennis every day. My brother was playing tennis every day is not correct. My brother played tennis every day as a child because it was a repetitive action. And the last common mistake we're going to discuss together in this video is the confusion between simple past or present perfect. Now this one, I can tell you that is very confusing. Which one should I use? Present perfect, which is subject plus have has plus past participle of the verb, or simple past, which is subject plus past form of the verb. Like, I saw the movie, I have seen the movie. It's very confusing for students. Before discussing this last common mistake, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and click subscribe. Now, look at this sentence. I have seen Jack yesterday. I've seen Jack yesterday. Is it correct? What's wrong with this sentence? Well, it happened in the past, yesterday. For the past events, we can use present perfect. We can also use simple past. But what's the difference? Well, the difference is very clear. If you are talking about a very specific moment in the past, like yesterday, if you know when you are talking about it, if you know when that action took place, use simple past. So if you say yesterday, then you know when it happened. So you cannot say, I have seen Jack yesterday. You should say, I saw Jack yesterday. Hey, funny fact, I saw Jack yesterday. But when do we use present perfect? Well, imagine you are going out with a friend of yours and then you see another person who is a friend of your friend, right? So there is me, there is Jesse, and there is Jack. Now, Jesse, who's a friend of Jack, will tell me, hey Jack, this is Maddie. Maddie, this is Jack. But me, well, I have seen Jack before. I know Jack because yesterday I saw Jack. So I would tell him, well, you know, I've seen Jack before. You see, I am not referring to the exact moment when I saw Jack. I'm just saying that I know him. I have seen Jack before. When? It doesn't matter. I've seen him before. The important thing is I know Jack. Hey, Jack, yeah, well, Jesse, I've seen Jack before. And then Jesse says, huh, when did you see Jack? And then I would say, I saw Jack yesterday at the party. You see, I'm being specific here. Yesterday at the party, I saw Jack. So guys, we discussed 5 very common mistakes that students usually make when they want to speak in English or write in English. And try to learn from these mistakes. Try to write them down. The next time that you are using simple present or present continuous or present perfect and simple past or past continuous, try to analyze what you said to see if what you said was correct or not. And remember, one of the best ways of learning English is by learning from your mistakes or other people's mistakes in general. If you know any other mistakes in English language, don't forget to leave a comment for me. See you in the next lessons.